This man has an unusual profession. No journey is too difficult, no distance too great. No fruit is too sour, no taste too foreign. Mark Brownstein, 50 years old, American, based in Hong Kong, seeks unknown ingredients to make them available to creative chefs throughout the world.
What an area for wood hunter.
Yeah.
If you can sail the sand, I can pack it nicely for you.
Give it a try, right on.
Yeah.
We'll try it once and see how it goes.
In western India, in the state of Rajasthan, anyone traveling here has to have a good reason. Mark and his friend, Ajit, are searching for a thorny desert bush which grows here near the dunes.
So is that one of the ingredients that goes into the famous dish in Rajasthan, yeah?
Yeah, Kair Sangri dish.
Kair sangri.
Yeah, this is Kair and Sangri you find on the big tree, the beans.
All right.
Yeah.
The climate is so harsh here.
Yeah.
There are not that many things growing, huh?
Yeah, not much water in the land.
So people will just have adapted to using some of these things that maybe only the camels ate or the birds ate. So I admire that, you know.
A village somewhere in the vast desert. The people lead simple lives. Outsiders receive a hospitable welcome. A glass of tea, along with kair and sangri. The combination of kair berries, a type of caper, and the bean-like sangri sprout is a dish that is available even in times of extreme drought. The desert vegetables are fried with a little oil, chili, and spices. Watching how kair and sangri are traditionally prepared is important for Mark. Even more important, how does it actually taste? Now to find out if the long journey into the desert has been worthwhile.
Wow.
Wood combination, bit spicy, bit sweet, bit sour.
And it's a pure, good green vegetable flavor. Nice texture, you know. And the spices, you know, work perfectly on that, you know. Yeah.
I'm curious, is it good for restaurants in New York?
I think they would like it if they tasted it. I think it would be. They have to adapt it. They could use a more refined version and serve it with roasted fish or a roasted lobster tail. I think if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for them. And something that can be held dried. That's partly the interesting thing.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, yeah. You can keep it for years.
Mark's friend, Ajit Pal Singh, 32 years old, is from Punjab. His family runs a restaurant, and he shares Mark's love of food and markets. At local markets, Mark has often discovered ingredients that were completely unknown elsewhere. Ajit is extremely familiar with India's cuisine and its ingredients, and unerringly finds sangri, the desert sprout, the twin sister of the kair desert caper.
This is sangri, we had it in the desert, remember?
Mark can already see the desert vegetable in an elegant bar.
If I brought this to a chef at a bar, I think they could do something like make a kair martini. I like
Whatever you say, people are going to believe that.
Right?
All right.
That's crazy, huh? I mean, with wild food, you have the opportunity to have something completely different in looks, texture, possibly flavor. Maybe it acts differently in the way you cook it. It could take frying. It could take steaming. It would be versatile. I haven't even looked at what the vitamin or protein, whatever content is. It may be amazing.
Rajasthan is not entirely a desert. Mark and Ajit are traveling through the south of the state. Vijay Vishwas Singh Yadol is the head of a 900-year-old dynasty. In this area, the family once ruled over more than 120 villages. The Rajas may no longer have political power. However, Vijay still owns quite a bit of land here and is still highly respected by the people. Once Rajasthan's rulers competed among themselves to distill the spirits, the royal liquor. Vijay's men continue to distill using traditional techniques. And because alcohol is almost completely prohibited in Rajasthan, today it's distilled secretly in the forest. He is distilling wild fruits, explains Vijay. The royal liquor is unique because the fruit liquor is aromatized with herbs. Today with the legendary saffron from Kashmir, which Mark has heard a lot about.
Kashmir saffron?
I don't think. It smells so nice, like sandalwood. I don't think it's saffron.
Fake
Yeah,
one?
Yeah. No.
It is saffron, but diluted. Pure saffron from Kashmir has been almost impossible to find for many years, even for Vijay's village distillers. Mark and Ajit find the royal aromatic liquor extremely enjoyable. Anise seed and rose petals, ginger and cardamom. Mark is truly taken with it.
Amazing. Amazing. You don't expect that, you know. You love cardamom in breads or sweets or curries, and then to taste it in a liqueur, it's extremely well made. You know, it tastes like something that a top distiller of eau de vie, you know, would have cooked up.
Playful details, splendid, almost extravagant. The palace architecture reflects the golden age of the Maharanas, Udaipur's rulers. Where art and architecture flourished, a sophisticated cuisine often arose. First, the street food sellers open. And then come the traveling hawkers. And finally comes Mark Brownstein. The food hunter is once again on the trail. India's spices and India's cuisine are famous throughout the world. It would be a rare piece of luck to discover something new and unknown simply on the side of the road.
What is that thing? I don't know what it is, huh? Some sort of edible stone, maybe. buddy, ये क्या है क्या ये?
Finding out the local name is the first step in identifying a product. This is particularly difficult in India with its hundreds of languages and dialects. One fruit can have dozens of names.
It comes, start from here till the monsoon. You let it bounce on the ground. Bounce, it's unripe. If it stays there on the ground, it's ripe. That's the trick. That's right one. That's right. Not ripe.
In English, they're called wood apples, by the way, or more often, elephant apples, because of their extremely hard skin. Normally a hammer would do the job, but when an elephant is on hand,
This stuff is tough, you know? It's like stone, so he cracks it, he knows what it is, but I think he's wanting banana now. I don't blame him, but wood apple is good, you know? You gotta prepare it right, I think. A very nice woman was talking to a Jidina. She was giving us some of the story. Seems that it's a very old fruit, more or less forgotten, you know, from the small slopes above the desert floor. Seems that they would be making chutneys with it. She was talking about that with masala spices, and also pickle. So I haven't tried it, you know. I want to find out more about that.
discovering an interesting product is just the beginning. Does it keep, and how long? What about the vitamin and sugar content? Are there any allergens? The most important thing is the botanical identification. Ajit finds out that the elephant apple is called Feronia limonia and is a type of berry. Mark always finds a friendly grandmother who still knows how to prepare rare or forgotten products. Shiv Kumariji makes chutney and enjoys Mark's interest in the elephant apple.
You see very little bit of it in the market. It's a poor man's food, and you crack it open and you taste it, you see it can taste actually quite nice, you know, with additions of spices or sweets or sours or savory additions. So it's definitely a food find, you know, it's something so unique. It's not hard to get, you know, excited about it. I mean,
The chutney is excellent. Mark will take a few kilos of the fruit back to Hong Kong. A friend has picked Mark up from the airport. Chef Harlan Goldstein from New York runs 6 high-end restaurants in Hong Kong, all in the city's stock exchange district, where the buildings and the incomes are highest. Mark's products have often found their way into Harlan's kitchen.
Smells interesting. Very sweet.
it's sweet and sour, huh? Sweet and sour.
Delicious. Lots of seeds.
Fruity, right?
Yeah.
With this fruit essence.
Smells very good. This comes from.
This thing is rare.
India?
Yeah, this comes from Udaipur, Rajasthan.
Udaipur.
Yeah.
That's great.
Really a forgotten item.
Take your pan now.
Beautiful.
Harlan calls his dessert chef. He wants him to make a sorbet with the elephant apple.
We'll offer something different to the customer. That's what I think. So what it's all about. You know, you can always get an apple from California. How many times can you get an elephant apple? That tells the story, doesn't it?
The sorbet will succeed. Mark doesn't have time to wait. He has to go. Mark Brownstein has worked from Hong Kong for more than 10 years. He has his office there. He hasn't been here for weeks. First the discoveries into the storeroom. Then the office work is waiting. Orders, invoices. Seeking new ingredients is his passion. But it's difficult to pay the rent from that alone.
It seems to be grown into a combination, what I do. It is consulting for an existing restaurant, maybe helping them with menus, could be even finding a chef for them, once in a while doing a training, finding a product that might be promising. It means that you've got to take it away, test it, and research. Look at a market, look at the supply, look at who the customer would be, look at the cost of producing that, and then try to project how successful that might be.
Since returning from India, one thing has always been on his mind.
Hi, Jit. Hi, it's Mark. Hey. How are you doing? All right, great. You know, I'm just looking and reading, studying a lot about Kashmiri saffron. And I'm so interested in the possibility of getting there. Yeah. Listen, please get back to me on the general security situation there. Yeah, that's going to be important.
Kashmir, in far northern India. Attacks repeatedly occur here. Army and police are everywhere. Kashmir was once known as paradise on earth. At the Dal Lake in Srinagar, one understands why. Since their independence, Pakistan and India have been fighting over Kashmir. In addition, resistance groups have been fighting against the Indian government for years. The consequence of terror and violence? Only a few visitors dare to come to Kashmir to enjoy the peace of a houseboat on the Dal Lake.
Yeah, it's so calm that it's difficult to imagine that the valley is in trouble.
You know, I know it's been about 16 years, maybe more, insurgency here. It's been a lot of troubles. It's not been possible to come to Kashmir. I've always wanted to, for many years. I know things have calmed down a bit. Tourists can come. Many Indian tourists are coming. So it kind of signaled me that I could come, and have a look.
Somehow the fear is inside you because you know that the bomb blasts are happening, the firing is happening. So you're always afraid, and especially when you're going around with a white guy, you're more afraid. You feel responsible that something should not happen to someone.
It is damp and still noticeably cold as the farmers and traders meet in the dawn light for the floating market on the Dal Lake. Mark wants to buy saffron, Kashmir saffron. It's definitely on sale here. But is it genuine, pure Kashmir saffron? Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world, and saffron from Kashmir was once especially valuable.
Now we start our dear.
Well, I want to try it.
You can try, no problem.
I want to cook with it. I need to cook with it and see.
Huh? Yes, you can see in cooking.
But only after the saffron has been paid for. 5 grams cost 500 rupees, about $12.
Even 400 is not a good price.
Later, it will turn out that the saffron is low quality, not the prime quality which Mark is looking for.
You try.
A heavy morning mist hangs over Kashmir when fall has come. Mark and Ajit head out to the crocus fields of Pampur. The harvest of the purple flower, the Crocus sativus, lasts only for 2 weeks. Saffron was already in use in India in 500 BC. Today, Spain is the largest producer of saffron in the world. Lower quality comes from northern Africa and Iran. Every flower contains 3 stigmas. When dried, this is saffron.
Kashmiri saffron, people who knew thought it was the best, the most flavorful, the most perfumed, the most colorful. You would hear of it if you were a connoisseur, but you could not get it. And this, was the problem. That's too bad.
The farmers are having increasing difficulty selling their high-quality saffron, not only because of the crisis in Kashmir. The traders are also to blame, says farmer Murtaza Mir.
There are people who are mixing up Iranian with the Kashmiri. Inside the saffron is Iranian, and outside the label would be Kashmiri. And that the broker is getting the more money because Iranian saffron, that is a cheaper. It should be stopped. That the mixing of Iranian with Kashmiri and labeling it Kashmiri outside should be stopped.
Once the crocus flowers have been plucked, the real work begins. The sensitive stigmas are painstakingly removed and then carefully dried.
How many flowers will it take to have a kilo of saffron?
75,000 flowers.
75,000 flowers.
Yes.
Oh.
The immense amount of work is no longer worthwhile for the farmers. The diluted saffron has given their pure saffron a bad reputation.
Yes. Wow, I can smell how good it is.
The prices are falling even further.
Yeah, sure.
Many farmers want to give up.
Yeah, it's like no other saffron.
This is the gold.
It just got extra pungency, extra
Smell.
aroma. Yeah. Very fine, right? Very fine, the texture.
Iranian saffron has no such smell.
Yeah,
Like this.
I think we can't even talk about Iranian saffron when we talk about Kashmiri saffron. This is just that good. It's just so superior. Huh? Yeah.
The Dal Lake is famous for its gardens. This is where the vegetables grow, which will be dried and then have to last the long winter. Mark is always interested in products prepared from fresh ingredients that keep for a long time when dried. Mark and Ajit have an appointment. They want to find out about ver, a spice paste only available in Kashmir. It includes onions, garlic, cumin, and fennel seeds, and much more. Incha tells Ajit the exact amounts. Every family has its own recipe for ver. Mark grinds the black cardamom, and then everything is ready. Masalas, spice mixtures, are the key to India's regional cuisines. They taste different everywhere, and everywhere they are chili hot. Once all of the spices are in the mortar, an ingredient is added that makes ver so very special and unique: mustard oil. It tastes a bit strange if you're not used to it.
Did you see that?
A spice mix based on mustard oil Mark has never seen.
Good balance. Spicy, mustardy, garlicky. Powerful.
The ver cakes now have to slowly dry in the shade. Then they can be stored for years. The final evening at Dal Lake. Mark has bought half a kilo of saffron and paid the farmers well.
You know, the product needs help, you know, to be recognized as exactly what it is. And I would sell it as Kashmiri saffron. I would mention the growing region and so forth. That's what the product needs. It's a shame. It'll be a real shame if it disappears. Yeah.
Mark has an appointment in the Shangri-La Hotel. Chef Thomas Figopch worked in the Berlin Adlon and Four Seasons hotels before coming to New Delhi. Normally, Mark would never dare to offer an Indian product in an Indian restaurant. However, products from Kashmir are something special even in India's capital.
This is, look at that, smell that. This is, have a look. It's a masala.
It's a paste, huh?
Yeah, it's actually a dried paste. This is also from Kashmir.
And then Mark shows his Kashmir saffron.
Yeah, it's a little 1 gram, it's a little 2 gram.
Very strong off.
No, it's beautiful. Seafood, you must be doing some seafood, some nice seafood things. From the grower all the way to the
how they pick it?
Absolutely, yeah, we were picking it.
Yeah,
sure.
beautiful, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Quality's amazing.
This is the real good stuff. That is beautiful. We will make something beautiful out of it. Okay, wir zeigen jetzt alle Ingredients. Zucker, Pistachio, der frische Saffron aus Kashmir. Sahne, Eier. Okay, this will take time now. Yeah, now we can the inside. Now we will fill up the coffee. Wunderbar, der frische Saffron aus Kashmir.
The parfait looks good. Now it just has to taste good as well.
So, komm, 3, probiert.
The saffron wins over the chefs, who are considering what else it could be good for.
With some scallops, or maybe some brown dish. Yeah, with lobster also, that can be very interesting. We should think that over. Very, very nice, huh?
The last day in northern India. In the shadow of the Friday Mosque, the market road, Chowri Bazaar, in the heart of Old Delhi. One last time to smell, taste, and enjoy. One last time to gather impressions and inspiration. When Mark and Ajit say goodbye, it won't be for long. The next foray is already planned, through the south of India.
Hey man, be good. Yeah. Let me SMS, all right? Yes to everybody. Okay, ciao. Bye.